This video, it might be a little triggering for some, but I'm going to share a story, my story, and this isn't necessarily for anyone in particular, but just really for myself to release something that I've held on to for a long time. And it's not that I've been quiet about it, but I don't know. I'm being called to release it. And this is how I'm going to. From a very young age, one of my first memories, I think around when I was probably like 4 or 5, was the first time I remember someone taking advantage of me. And every stage of my life, different groups, step family, and family, friends, there was always one person that took advantage of me in some way. And through this journey of healing, I realized that my understanding of what love looks like was tainted, distorted in some way, and I didn't really understand what it looked like for someone to love you unconditionally without wanting something. Now, this is for women, men, young and older. There was all different ages, and it wasn't until I became a teenager, I was probably like 16, and I had a longtime boyfriend that he experienced something similar, and he shared with me. And when I shared my experiences with him, I didn't even understand what happened. I didn't understand that over so many years that I had been taken advantage of. Honestly, I only told him of one experience, and it wasn't until therapy that I realized that I had been taken advantage of many times over many years. A big part of my journey at this time is like I have all the understanding of my distortion in love, and a lot of people that I loved under that distortion I've removed from my life. The distortion of thinking that wanting from me is love, whether that be in that way or not. I have removed and will only accept unconditional love. And if that means I walk with you, then I have no problem. Like, I don't care, because I'm no longer going to be a victim. I'm always going to stand up for that little girl who didn't have anyone to stand up for her. I realized that there were some decisions I've made in my life, some mistakes, lessons that stemmed from me not understanding what real love was, me not understanding what safe love was, and it led me astray sometimes. But it all healed me. It was all lessons to bring me where I am now. Even relationships that I thought were safe, that I brushed off, I realized were highly, highly inappropriate for the people who were wanting or coming after me. And it wasn't until I was an adult that I realized that I had people who were a lot older than me wanting me for a long time, and for the wrong reasons. And I think for a long time I allowed that to dim my light. I allowed it to harden my heart. I allowed it to calcify and create so many trust issues. And rightfully so. A lot of that was my intuition too. And I think for a long time I was scared to open my heart because I knew that that meant that people would prey on me. But the difference is now, I am well aware now of what that looks like. And right now I'm in a place where I'm allowing my younger self to feel safe enough to come back out. From friends to family, people that I thought that I could trust. So my cat's been crazy. So yeah, but I realized it stemmed from, and I don't know if that's even the first time, but down to 4-year-old me being forced to learn how to kiss from somebody far older than me, up to every situation. And for a long time, I blamed my mom. I blamed my mom for a long time because I feel like she failed to keep me safe. A lot of things happened under her nose. And I realize now that my mom was a product of her environment. She was raised in an environment where it created a lot of trust and like she trusted when she shouldn't have. She didn't speak up when she should have. She thought that situations, she was just very naive in a lot of situations. And so where I used to fault her, now I just know that my mom did everything that she could with what she knew. And maybe, she didn't want to ruffle feathers and she kind of hushed her own intuition. But I will not allow myself to do that for my babies. And I know that I can't prevent anything from happening to them, but I know that my experiences have protected them because I'm very open with them about these kind of things. And if, God forbid, anything were to happen, they have a mother who has been through it and who can be there for them and pick up on the signs. So again, I'm not necessarily making this video for likes or, anyone thinks I might be making it for. I'm really making this for myself because I think there's power in releasing, telling your story, not for others to just resonate or relate, but also just to literally release it. And if putting myself out there and being vulnerable is a way to get this off of me because it's no longer me and I'm not going into my future reality with this. I'm no longer carrying it. So all of the pain that I've carried on my heart, and I can literally feel my heart chakra right now as I'm saying this. I did some deep meditation before making this video. And I know it's working. And I will continue to do the things that I need to do to release this. So I leave this pain and baggage and fear and heartache here in this video. And I release it to be transmuted however is needed for someone else. Thank you for listening. Love you.